Welcome back to another episode of Two Tamers Talk. Joined via satellite once again, my good buddy Jeff.
Don't worry, guys. Last time I'll be satellite for a little bit.
Man, we just got this rhythm down. I'm actually kind of liking this.
Yeah, you don't have to deal with me in person.
You changed the whole setup again for you to come back. I feel like this is all based around you.
Oh, yeah, right.
Well, thanks again for taking your time. I had locals tonight. You had locals tonight. I guess I'll go first.
Yeah, please tell me about it. I want to know what I missed in the hometown.
Oh, man. Okay. Well, I did well last week because I played my machine, my man, my boy. I had fun again this week. I just played my security Digimon deck. I just have so much fun with that deck. I don't think it's going to necessarily ever place top, but I have so much fun playing it. And it's kind of just like, it's a personality piece. So I didn't do well, but we had a great locals. We had 2 brand new players.
Great.
To be fair, our COVID kind of hit our shop, not necessarily from the shop, but just COVID has hit our area kind of hard again with the weather changing and all that jazz. So we'd had some reduced numbers tonight, just with people kind of chilling, staying home. I think some people were just kind of feeling under the weather with the flu and cold, and their kids are going to school, coming back, bringing home all that Petri dish stuff. So we had some reduced numbers tonight. The best part about that is that we had at least 3 or 4 players that called into the shop to just let everyone know that they're sick. Not that they're not coming in. Like, they're literally calling out because they want to make sure that we know that they're coming back and that we don't have to worry about them, because we harass people when they stop showing up, right?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. We want them there. We need them there.
Yeah. So we're like, what can we do to get you back? We miss you guys. And so it's just a huge collaborative community. So it's nice when people kind of, make that effort and they're just like, we're coming back. Don't worry. But anyways, how was the San Jose local scene?
Oh, it was good. Super intense as always. Guys, I listened to you. I played Purple Eos. It was a blast. And it's so funny. So I was missing a Takumi, but I had a Digimon Emperor. And the Digimon Emperor did a lot more work than I thought I was going to do. And it's funny because I've tested it before. So it's almost like I wished I had a little bit more of that. But I made some really cool plays. I think I had 10 Eosmon on board at once against an Ophanimon player. That blew my mind. That was like, I just completely crushed that game. But overall, I ended up losing my rounds.
Okay.
But someone made a good point. I wonder how strong Purple Eos will be in the Shoutmon meta, because they're going to have Tamers. I'm going to be able to quickly get my deletion, especially with the purple build working so fast. So I'm very excited about that. And feel optimistic about the deck for sure.
Well, if anyone's going to try that, I'm sure it'll be you. So I guess we'll see how it goes. This is going to be your last locals in the San Jose area. You're back next week.
Yes, I will be back. I will be back at the normal shop, the normal time with the normal crew.
All right. Well, we look forward to it.
Okay, so I'm not going to do a vote this time, only because I want to build something new.
Yeah. Next week, I'm going to see what the player base looks like. If I'm right, I think if everyone comes back next week and they're all done with their sicknesses, you're back. We got Jacob. We got some more people back, hopefully. Then I think we should be at or around 20 plus. So if we get 20 plus, I'm gonna bring my fire decks. I'm gonna bring the heat, because I want to place high in that 20 rounds. It's not just for fun anymore. After that, you got to make a statement when you're in like 20 plus man tourneys, right?
Yeah.
All right. Speaking of big 20 plus man tourneys, I heard there was one down there in that San Diego area around you.
There was a huge one, and unfortunately, guys, I really wanted to make it. I wanted to try to get my way down there, but I just couldn't make it. I just couldn't swing it with the scheduling, with the I'm in San Jose. It's still a couple hours away, San Diego. But let's talk about that, because what a surprising deck that won. And I'm not just talking about what deck won. I'm talking about the build of it.
We are. I totally agree. And I think that the craziest thing about this deck, maybe not crazy, the thing that I enjoy the most, that I know you're going to respect, look at all those beautiful one-ups.
Oh, man.
They're all over.
So this is where I lack as a card. Reagan might have this conversation all the time. He's the one who teaches me how to deck though, as well, as I try to be, right? Like, I shy away from these. Like a one of Madoki Beta Horn? Like, did that one of ever come up for him? I mean, to be fair, though, he has 4 blue memory boosts, and I love that. Absolutely.
Oh, I know you do.
I love the 4 memory boosts. Memory boost is such a good card. It's probably what helps him use all these 1-ups because he can pick up these pieces as he needs them. He can draw. He gets the memory when he needs it. Helps supplement the 1-up Davis that he's got it too. Like that's crazy too. Just a 1-up of the Davis. But
right, and I think that's kind of where this deck is just kind of. I'm going to show you how unique I am. I'm not going to get memory from Tamers. I'm going to get memory from Blue Memory Boost, from Hammer Sparks, from Ice Wall, from Cool Boys, like other Tamers. Like I don't need to be set to 3. I'm going to do it without it.
He's taken advantage of what Blue does best, the strength that Blue has had since the beginning, right? Hammer Spark is a, ST2 card. But
yeah.
Talking about the very, very beginning of Blue, that essence, strengthening with how powerful the Metal Garurumon X is. And I'm really glad because, as you know, I'm down here in California and they're really testing a lot of decks for these events. And a lot of these Metal Garurumon players down here are playing the hero with the delicate plan. And I'm personally a fan of it. I don't like the fact that you're adding in red just for one option for one matchup. Or I guess you could say 2, if you're talking about security control and 3 Musketeers, and other decks that play options, of course, even if you stop a Gaia Force, a delicate player, right? You could say I was wrong. But the fact that he's committing to this is just, it's really good. It's respectful.
No, I love the consistency and the inconsistency, right? Isn't that the beauty of this? Like I love the fact that he took something like, look at that beautiful 1 of EX1 Metal Garuru, right?
Can't get over that.
Like,
I can't believe it's only a 1 and he's only playing 4 level 6s total.
Yep. Because you don't need them. And that's kind of the ingenious part of this. And I was passing this around the shop today and people were like, how is he doing the X antibody thing? Because he's got the option. You don't need the level 6 if you have the X antibody option. And he's drawing so much, he's going to be able to get whatever he wants with those Blue Memory Boosts too.
Yeah.
I love this. I think that this is absolutely fantastic. And correct me if I'm wrong, but he can grab those X antibodies with a search from that level 3 X antibody, correct?
Yeah. So he's got Cool Boy as well. 3 of Cool Boy really help him accelerate draw, gain memory, be on play to grab the X antibody option, and that level 6, and the level 4, and the level 5, and the level 3 X antibody. You can grab tons of stuff. So he's got all these targeted, cards when he plays the Cool Boy, when he plays the Blue Memory Boost, when he plays the Davis, or even the BT5 Gobbermon to grab the that he needs, That's just crazy to me. See, I feel like I never really was able to do this deck justice because I was so focused on taking the way War Grey X is built and just translating it into Blue Metal Garurumon. And they don't play the same. They're not the same.
My favorite part of this too is like, look how menacing that security is. Okay. You have to look at this. You have a 14K Omnimon. You have Ice Wall. You have 4 Blue Memory Boosts. You have Hammer Sparks. You have a Cocytus Breath. You have X antibodies. Like that's almost like blue security control. I mean, if you're looking at that, like if you're hitting these Blue Memory Boosts, if you're hitting Hammer Sparks, like you are having a real rough time going through their security. Unless you're getting lucky and just hitting Digimon, there's at least 1 or 2 of those security that are really changing what your deck is doing.
If you just factor in the Ice Wall, the Hammer Sparks that each gain 2 memory and security, and then the X antibody that gains 1 security, right? That's 6 cards that you hit where it can
change your memory,
and completely screw up your gameplay, right? Because there's a lot of times where you swing into security and then you need to make your next move so that way you can finish the game your next turn. And I wonder how much of an impact that had. I'm also wondering why not do 4 Hammer Sparks, but obviously I didn't win, like he knows what he's doing. Like I can't imagine the hours he spent testing this, the hours he spent, fiddling with this list going, I do need 1 Madoki Betamon, or I do need just 1 of the Sagittarius mode promo.
Yeah.
I don't need 4 Metal Garurumon X antibodies. So this is just a crazy list to me.
Can I tell you my favorite part about this deck?
What?
That Omnimon.
That's it? Is it because it's that
BT5 goodness, man? Still good.
Yeah, that Omnimon is such a good Omnimon. I gotta know which artwork you played because you gotta play the one with the Metal Garurumon deck, right?
Right. Well, I do have a list of his matchups here.
Yeah, let's go into his matches. I definitely do this.
And these are interesting. Okay. I'm not gonna lie, especially his first one is pretty spicy because the first one is one that I thought would be the challenge for this deck.
Yeah.
And it is D Reaper.
Oh, that's got to be his worst matchup.
Because you're not returning anything to hand. I mean, the mother's safe, right? There's nothing in this deck that affects the mother, right?
Wow. So I wonder how he won. Was he just so aggressive with the multi swings, of the 4s, the 5s, up all the way to the 6s, just able to win quickly? Or
it was 2-1, so it wasn't a blowout. But at the same time, I think he was just able to do what he wanted to do faster than the mother could do what she wanted to do, because all those blue memory boosts, you got to think with the blue memory boosts and those hammer sparks and the cool boys, the ability to prolong the turn and do what you want to do for as long as you want to do it, essentially. I think that's probably what got him to where he needed to be faster than the mother could. That's the only thing I can think of, because there's nothing in this deck that really stops the mother from doing what the mother does.
Yeah. I mean, I can't imagine. I would love, that would be, I think out of all of his games, that would be the one that I'd want to see the most.
And what a rough way to start too, right? Like you see mother as your first game when you're playing blue. You're like, oh no. Because this is one of those tournaments, right? Where if you lose one game, you're pretty much out for winning the whole deal, right?
Because everybody's, bringing their A game, but it's trying their hardest, right?
Yeah. All right. So the next match, he played Alpha, got 2-1. We all know how hard that matchup is, especially in this hardcore meta gamer format. How hard those Alpha players have worked on those decks and how long they can prolong their own damn turns.
Yeah. So like what exactly? So obviously the one of Majoki Bay, that the idea that can't be the idea that beat Alpha Bar.
No,
I got it.
They'll delete that.
What? I mean, I guess this deck is just so much faster than the Alpha while they're taking time to set up all their stuff and get their pieces. But
Cocytus Breath
has a similar setup too, right? Like you're still, one memory boosted turn. You're still setting up as you go along too. So definitely curious how the Alpha matchup happens.
Yeah, I think it just came down to probably the memory gain again. It's a huge one, I think. And then, so moving after the Alpha, he went 2-0 against Wargray X. So we saw that at our own locals. That was our store championships.
Yes.
Which was great. We love seeing that classic Wargray X against the Metal Guru X. We love that red versus blue. Classic battle, I think everyone huddled around that match just to watch the finals.
Just so good.
So good. After that, another Alpha, 2-1. And then after that, Grandis.
Okay. That's a tough match.
And this is where my theory for this security control comes in, because I think that he stopped Grandis from doing Grandis things with that security.
With having all the options that gain memory. Because Grandis is always like right on the line. Grandis is when you're finally going with your Grandis, you're either at 1 memory or 0 memory. And you're doing your turn that turn. So you hit X antibody, you give him 1. You hit the hammer spark, you give him 2. You hit the ice wall, you give him 2. Whatever. Like, I mean, you're right. That's got to be what the strength of that is.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the OTK against this deck, I think, is rough. Especially with Grandis, because like you build Grandis, like you build the one big stack and hope that it wins. And then if that gets returned to hand or dies or whatever, like you're kind of struggling to rebuild that stack before your opponent can jump right back on you. So good. And then after that, we had a mirror match, which he won 2-1.
It'd be interesting to see what the opponent was playing with the mirror, how different their lists were.
I agree. Maybe they were playing that delicate plan or something like that. You never know. And then after that, he played a Gao, which he won 2-1. Wow. So a lot of 2-1s. So this is not like a deck that just wrecked shop and cleared. These are all like hard grit games.
Yeah, I mean, that's got to be a tough matchup too with the Gao, because the Gao can swing over all of their stacks that he's making. He doesn't necessarily have to do, but
and that's the thing too that I was thinking about with this deck is, since he is doing the X antibody more than he's doing the Metal Guru under, that D-Digivolve is rough, because that D-Digivolve isn't necessarily going to take your X antibody down to another Metal Guru in which you can X antibody again on. Because he only can do that like one, like that's in this deck, that's a really rare occasion. Like a lot of the times when you D-Digivolve this deck, you're going back to a level 5.
Yeah, or, even if he pushes out a 4, goes metal gray and then goes into the Gal. That's 2 DD evolves. He's down to level 4. I mean,
Yep.
And then he could just swing into it. Like, I don't know. That would be a crazy match to watch. That's impressive.
Well, he's got another one of those. He's got Alpha for his second to last match, 2-0, and you know that's a good Alpha deck. If it's second to last match, he 2-0s it.
Yeah, one of the best Alphas there.
Yep. And then for his final match, he 2-0'd another Gal.
2-0. I wonder if he just like got his rhythm down, knew his purpose, and was just able to really, get in there and do his damage. I would love to see that match too. That would be one of the fun ones to watch.
So that's the list of the decks that he played. It's very interesting to me that he didn't play anything that resembles security control. No purple yellow.
You're right.
No just hard yellow. No hybrid decks. No nothing. Like, very interesting list of opponents.
People are so worried about the security control, at least in the area that I've been in, where it's like, okay, I'm going to start playing a delicate plan just so get around that security control, or people are playing security control to try to win, right?
Yeah. And I looked at the top 5 or 6 lists. None of those are security control.
Hopefully we can continue this trend because nobody likes it.
Yeah. But yeah, no, wonderful deck. Kudos to the guy that won. I think his name is Jose.
Wow.
Great deck, great build. I encourage anyone if you want to play and if you want to play this and you did know how to build it, I mean, this is a winner through and through. Check this deck out for sure.
I wouldn't have built it this way at all. So definitely don't trust my build on this deck because mine does not.
All right. Well, I mean, that was enlightening for me when I saw that. I was like, we have to talk about this. And it's going to be a segment moving forward. When these big regionals happen, we're going to do this for the winning deck, at least the winning deck, because, I mean, if you go 9 hours into this and you are this hardcore and you kill and you win every single match, then your deck deserves to be put on the internets and displayed for all of its goodness, because this is not a deck that I or Jeff would have built just out of our own brains. So kudos again. Well done. Let's move on. Should we talk about the news?
Yeah.
We got a lot of news. That's what I love about this game. There's always news every week. It's like we never struggle to like find things to talk about, right? We almost have to find like, well, what do we have time to talk about this week? Because like even the day of, like not even the day of, like 5 minutes before we started this, we had new stuff to talk about, new money to spend, new things to do, right? So it's like, what do we talk about? But I think the first thing I want to talk about is some of the cool stuff in BT11. Like, I know we talked about the box toppers last week, but they released the last of the 3 gold cards that we can potentially pull out of this set.
I'm glad we're talking about this because I'm just so curious what the guy's thought process was. So they gave us the Altar Machine Ramon as the gold.
Yep, the gold. Yep.
Not the Altar Master as the gold. And same with the Old Force. Well, I mean, I guess the original Altar Old Force was gold, right? But
yeah,
such interesting.
So those are the 3, though. Those are the 3. We're getting the Machine, the Old Force, and the Master, right?
Yeah, and I could see why they did the Machine. I see why they did the Master. But I guess Old Force is just so popular. I mean, I don't know why they did Old Force.
I don't know. I mean, we got the Arena. We got a lot of new stuff coming for Old Force. It doesn't surprise me that much, But I mean, what do you think their pull rates are going to be? Do you think they're going to be like Ghost Omni kind of pull rates?
Thankful, because that's going to be a pain to track. I don't think that's a great question. So if I were to guess now, I'd want to say it would be 1 gold per box.
You think 1 gold per box?
That's what I'm guessing right now. Like, again, I don't know numbers. We haven't seen it to be different from Japan to the US or the rest of the world, whatever. The reason why I say that is because it's a super rare, right? It's not, I mean, besides the Machine Ramon, which is a secret. But I mean, how easy would it be just to take out one of the super rares you normally would get in the box and put in a gold? 1 per box,
Okay. Yeah, I mean, we've seen them do weird stuff like that before. I mean, when we're talking BT7, we saw the promos inside the packs. Remember that? When we got the normal 7 hits, and then we got an extra 3 or 4 hits with the promos. We've seen them switch up. I mean, we've seen them switch up the packs before to try and get those inserted, you know. And like you said, it might change between what Japan gets and what we get. Because, like, remember, the Ghost Omni in Japan was way rarer than it was here.
Yeah, people are paying crazy money for that.
Yes. So who knows what it'll be in North America when it comes out, you know. I'm hoping it's 1 per box so they're not stupid crazy rare, you know. It's like, just from a collector's point of view, I'm already going to have my hands full with that whole foil common, foil uncommon, all that jazz. To be honest, I might just skip collecting the non-foils and just go with foils in my binder, just because I don't know if I need both versions of every card to fill up twice the amount of binder space. So there's that, but I'm excited to see those 3 cards in person, because I want to see how shiny that gold is.
Yeah, that's going to make it break the decision, right? Whether or not I'm going to do it.
Still not super convinced that I'm going to switch out my 4 Machine Dramons for those 4 gold ones. I really like the alt art on the EX1, so we'll see.
That's one of those you just get 1 perfect one, get it graded, get the 10, and just have it forever displayed as yours.
Just cherish it. Just sleep with it every night.
Just have a graded 10. You know, one of those gold ones, and the Machine Dramon, not the other 2. Those ones are done.
I know, because the Mastamon I was really surprised about, because it's like you have like the Machine Dramon that's really good. Like, it is if you're going to play Machine, you have to play that card.
Yeah.
Old Force, it's like if you're going to play Old Force, like that's going to be good regardless. And then it's like a starter deck Mastamon.
Yeah, well, I mean, that Mastamon is the best Mastamon.
Oh, it's great. You know, no, don't get me wrong. It's not a bad card, but it's like it's a starter deck card, man. Come on.
The box topper is way better. The box topper looks great. Just put gold on that one instead. You know, I guess I see their reasoning with the Old Force, because the alternate art BG2 Old Force is in fact like that gold background with that little circuitry. So you don't want to put too much gold. I get that one. Still don't want that one more than the circuitry one. I love that. That one looks beautiful. But the Mastamon, man, I don't get it. Because they
I don't either.
With the Machine Dramon.
It's a zero rarity Mastamon, and that's kind of why I think I have an issue with it, because it's a card you get by default.
Yeah, so
when you buy a starter deck,
and every box you get is a Mastamon Old Force. You're gonna be pissed.
Even if you want the alt art, it's a box topper. It's a 50-50 chance for the box topper, or you can just get it in the gift box right there.
Yeah.
Just comes right in the box.
Yeah.
So, anyways, that's my rant about those. I'm curious to see how rare they are. I'm curious to see what kind of value they're going to hold. We'll see. Moving forward, we had some good big news yesterday or the day before that Japan is getting yet another set before Christmas. Granted, it comes out the day before Christmas, so Christmas Eve, they are going to get an EX set, EX4.
I cannot believe we're on EX4. That's just so many cards that they just keep coming out with, which is great for us, but not so great for those that like a little bit slower time. You know,
it just kind of it's interesting, because this will be the first time that there is not at least 2 BT sets in between EX sets, because they went EX3, and then they went BT11, and now they're going EX4 already. So we're going like, I don't know if they're ramping up to go supplemental big set. You know, just boom, 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 boom now. Or if that's
just crazy. I wonder if
they're just trying to chug one more set in there before the holidays, or what's going on. But
although I'm very excited to see it, I'm going to put my money on it now. We might see our first burst mode that we were talking about in one of our earlier episodes of this.
Okay.
Because there's already, I think, talking about, I thought I saw something about the Shine Gray or something. I can't remember.
The Shine Gray is a sleeve.
Shine Gray is a sleeve. I swear I heard it somewhere. Well, I could be wrong.
So you're my Digimon encyclopedia. Okay, you ready for this? I need you to translate what show this is going to be from, or speculate. Okay, turn your brain on. So then the EX4 set is called Alternative Being.
Okay.
What show / movie is that from? Answer in the form of a question.
Alternative Being. That is such a tough one.
Please tell me it's one that has Diaboromon in
it. It's got it, right? It's got it. I don't know. I honestly don't know. I mean,
I'm more thinking of like a game, maybe. Like
okay.
games or something like that off the top of my head. If I were to guess, like maybe it's one of those kind of like I had the whole Venmon and the Galacticmon and stuff from Digimon World 3. Maybe they're gonna go with the Digimon World game and give us some of that stuff. But I swear, I wish I could find where I saw it. I'm kind of like trying to look right now where I thought I saw someone talk about. It's like the Data Squad guys, like the Raidmon, the Shine Gray, the Gigamon stuff. But I could just be wrong,
Okay. Well, obviously, I have no idea, so I'm just crossing my fingers for some Digimon that I want to see. Yeah. I don't expect to get any more Machinedramon support for a little bit. Maybe a Cyborg or two.
Yeah,
but level 5 cyborg. Yeah, I mean, I always get a Cyborg or two per set, so I'll take that. But as far as other cards go, I mean, there's a lot of stuff that we still need support for.
It is.
I mean, like I said, Diaboromon has not seen love in a very long time, and we still haven't seen the X antibody for it. So it's got to be coming eventually.
It's going to be curious, right? Are they going to do an X antibody with every card they have out there? I mean, I imagine that's going to be hard to do, but we could be in this rhythm, right? Where Bandai gives you one X antibody line per color, or one X antibody purple level 3, blue level 3, red level 3, whatever, just to kind of like get things going. But I don't know.
Yeah, it's just so much to keep up with. I mean, like we were talking about 5 minutes before we really started this. I mean, news is news. We might as well break the news. I mean, you already ordered yours.
Yes.
We have second anniversary cards. Gold on gold on gold.
Which is crazy. So
it's essentially like a Tamers Evo Box 3.
Yeah.
But way more cards.
Yeah, this one's like 22 cards, I think is what we said.
Yeah.
22 cards. Literally went live as of our time of recording about an hour and 15 minutes. So we got our orders in. I'm excited about that. I mean, like just the way. See, now this time, you look at that, they did the alternate art of the Lilithmon, did the alternate art of Craniumon, where that had gold on. They did the alternate art of Magna Angemon, which, I mean, with the way that Magna Angemon goes up in price, that card alone can pay for the box, right?
Yeah, I mean it's staples upon staples in that deck or in that set, which I love because we just got the floral sets, right?
Yeah,
and I got my floral sets, and I was going through it. I'm like, I don't use any of these cards. Like, I'm glad I have multiple copies, but I'm not going to use a lot of these. Like the Gabu's great, right? That's the draw one, which they did a great job with that. Cool, kudos. But the other ones, I'm like,
fourth.
What?
That's our third alternate art and fourth artwork of that Gabu.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. No, they're playing to the crowd. They're like, what's a gray level 3 blue? Let's just play because I mean, they're either going to do Gabu or Vmon, right? And it's like, how many of those are they going to give us?
Yeah.
But I'm really excited about the second anniversary cards.
They look great. I think I'm excited too. That was a surprise I did not see coming, and glad we jumped in on it. So if you guys are watching this, pause this video. Go to Premium Bandai, pre-order them because
they're spendy. It's $100, but I mean, if you're talking about 22 cards, that's less than $5 a card.
Yeah, and that Angemon's going to be a $50, $60, $70 card.
It's right out of the gate.
Yeah.
Not to mention the Craniumons and I mean, there's so many good cards. Like just look at the cards and you'll see there's a BT1 Omni.
Yeah, there we go.
I mean, there's just cool cards, man. It looks great. And it's a collector set. So, I mean, even if you order one, like I'm going to do, and just keep it sealed on top of my other stuff up there sealed, like it's just going to look good sealed. And it'll be a collector's item eventually. So, totally worth it. Don't buy it for the mat. The mat looks terrible, but
I'll sell you one of mine. Don't worry.
Yeah. I was underwhelmed with the mats and the sleeves. The sleeves are like old school, like Digivices, is that what those are called?
Yeah, I'm never crazy about the Digimon art sleeves. Like,
well, I mean, yeah,
some of them I like. Don't get me wrong, but I'm a mat guy when I play with the sleeves. I love having like Dragon Shield mats, something where it shuffle smoothly, or I have to put like an oversleeve over the artwork, and sometimes it just gets in the way. So.
Yeah. We have different opinions. I like the art sleeves, but I like good art sleeves.
That's true.
Those do not appeal to me at all.
Yeah.
So, but aside from that, man, those are I'm excited about that. I ordered multiple. They're not going to be here till March 2023. So, I mean, we'll see them in 6 months, just like every other Premium Bandai product. But you definitely get what you pay for, and you'll get your money back out of them for sure. So that's it for some news. I mean, we don't have time to talk about all the news because we definitely want to get into our next segment that we come to love so much. And that's our card of the week.
Card of the week, guys. I love it.
So as always, I will defer to you to go first. What has been your favorite card of the week?
Okay. So I know I spent the previous video we just recorded and this video talking crap about how I don't like it. But trust me, guys, I love this card. It's a great card, great tamer, but mine's Hero. I love the Hero, not just because I've been watching Digimon Ghost Game, but it's a great memory setter for Red. Red has a useful memory tamer other than Marcus or Tide, and obviously those are deck dependent. And it really does go well for any other decks. Like, what decks have you tried with Hero?
I've tried multiple decks with Hero. I think I even tried it in Machine for a little bit. I mean, it's versatile. Yeah, it doesn't really fit the whole color mold like the tie where it's like, because I play Zoo, and like when I played Zoo, I always had trouble finding that until Hero came out, like that memory setter for Red, because it's like, okay, well, I'm not attacking with Greymons. I can't play, like, Marcus doesn't make sense, or I don't use stacks. I'm a Zoo player, so why would I use the tie?
Yeah, the Hero is so good. I mean, just imagine Red hybrids if they had that Hero in it too. That would have been perfect.
Yeah,
swing with the Aldemons, or I mean, the fact that that's not color specific. So I'm really liking the direction they're going with that tamer and that route.
Yeah, give us a little bit more versatility. I love it.
Hero's a great card, guys. It's a good tamer. I've been playing my Gallantmon deck or my Udramon, and it's just such a good fit in that deck. It's crazy and how well.
I agree.
Definitely going to be going in on Gallantmon. I'll definitely have some good heroes.
Yeah, I can't wait to start that. You ready to hear mine?
Yes, I gotta know. What's your card?
All right. So, I'm an Omni fanboy, but this fits the mold, but at the same time, I don't think it can be argued with, especially after that deck profile we just saw. Blitz Omni.
Blitz, so good. It's crazy how good that card is.
This card has literally met and exceeded every standard for every format that's come.
Yep.
And I don't see it going away. And I think that they've actually modeled, like, people loved it so much back in BT5 a year ago that I think that they modeled a lot of those, like the Greymon X antibody and the Altiris mode and stuff like that. I think they modeled those inheritables off of what people liked about that BT4 or BT5 Omni. And it's like, it's still like the best finisher in the game for those level 6 stacks, those big level 6 boys like the Gaomon and the Metal Garuru X, and it's the finisher. Like, there's always a room for a one of that card in your deck.
It's a verb.
And it's like,
remember you'd Lobo for game or Blitz on me for game. Like, that's how staple this is. That Blitz on me.
It's
crazy.
And the fact that it has so many alt arts, like,
ask you which one your favorite was.
Yeah. I don't know the artist, but it's the one where he's holding the sword, like, across the whole thing.
I love how they pair well, against. Like,
they're all the cinematics or whatever. Yeah, I love that. So
if you're watching this, let us know what your favorite artwork for that Blitz on means. Mine's definitely the one with the Garurumon kid, and I just love that.
Yeah, unless it's the one with that big weird nose on it. That's the one that I don't like.
Yeah. The regular art's not bad for that too. It's actually
the regular art's nice too. Yeah, I think it's great. And I think actually my favorite art would probably be the what was it? The Digimon Worlds. The winner card was a Blitz Omni. The one that was like all golded out.
That doesn't count.
Oh man, that card was so good that they finally enshrined the Blitz Omni in the glory that it deserves, because that card was gorgeous.
I don't think that card's going away. Which is great. So one of my favorite things about this game is the fact that it's a relatively cheap game. And that Blitz Omni, even though it's a staple card in a lot of decks, it's still not very expensive.
Yep.
So you can pick that up, especially just the regular artwork, for a decent price and have a very strong deck. And you're not like, oh, well, I couldn't afford this finisher, so I had to settle for something else. No, you're not settling with that.
Yeah. Yeah, I challenge you to make a red or blue deck that ends on a level 6 that you can't find room for 1 or 2 Blitz Omnis to just win the game.
Yeah. I mean, how many times has it been like, oh man, I would have won if I would have gotten the Blitz Omni? Or
yeah, 100%. 100%. Great card. So if you guys have any arguments with that, I dare you.
Yes.
All right. Well, let's move into kind of our tail end of this here, T3. Let's talk about the market, because there are some interesting things happening with these reveals. So we haven't gotten the rest of the ST14 reveals, so we haven't gone crazy on that yet.
Yeah, I know. I thought we were going to have more by now.
But the reveals we have gotten, as far as the Beelzemon,
I love
the Impmon, there's some really interesting things coming.
That's
but
like,
the fact that they're releasing, they're teasing all this stuff.
yeah.
We got some really cool, some interesting things happening to the market. One of them, wow, that I Am Mako alt art is just blowing through the roof. I think it's around like $40-$45 right now on average.
That's
Anywhere between 35 and 45 right now. And it's just, I mean, because that's like a new card. It didn't even come out that long ago.
No, it's really good. I mean, I don't know if that's the most expensive tamer right now or not, but that's crazy for that price. And I just have to say this before we get too carried away. Like, the artwork on that Beelzemon, I love it. I love that direction. Like, it might be unpopular opinion, but I'm not 100% crazy about I think his name's Toki, the artist, who's doing a lot of the artwork for BT11. Kind of that, like, he's got that style. You know what I'm talking about. It's like,
yeah,
the little promo packs we're getting with like the Grizzly Mom, the Unimon and stuff. It's that artist. And I'm not necessarily 100% crazy about that artwork. But this artwork on his Beelzemon is so nice. I love the like crisp contrast. Yeah, it's crazy. But that I Am Mako, though, let's get back to that. Such a good tamer, but it's crazy how it's very specific tamer, only for one deck. You don't use that tamer unless you're playing Beelzemon, right?
Yep.
It's so expensive. I mean, I don't know if it's just because not a lot of people open EX2, or if not a lot of people got them, or what. But that's just crazy. I mean, that just shows the loyalty these are all players.
On top of that, when's the last time you heard of a regular art secret rare from a current set going for like $36, $37? Blast mode is going nuts right now. Even the regular art.
Yeah.
Like the alt art's around like, it's only like $10 difference.
Wow.
The people are snagging up those blast modes.
Getting ready.
Because there's probably not going to be another one in that. You're not going to have a finisher in that new starter deck.
I wonder if our timeline's going to be different in Japan, right? So, you know, like they haven't even gotten ST14, but because we're having that purple tournament coming up relatively soon, I wonder if they're going to change I mean, I don't necessarily see Bandai doing that, but it's a possibility, right? That they could change.
You never know, man.
To get that starter deck with the purple tournament and Beelzemon stuff. So, yeah, that's great.
Yeah, it's really interesting to watch that. And I guess we'll see. I mean, the sky's the limit. I know the Impmon that we pulled in that BT6 unboxing.
Yeah.
Someone snagged that up and bought it from me in the shop within like the first week.
That's so funny because I think that's the first Impmon that's going to come out of the Beelzemon deck.
Yep.
Easily with that, you know, like
I don't know, man. People like that Impmon and they want to make that pretty. For whatever reason, they want to trash pretty cards.
Well,
so
Beelstar does use that.
Yeah. Speaking of new pretty cards, there are new cards on TCG Player for Digimon, and those are the long-awaited Event Pack 3 cards that we talked about in a couple videos ago.
Yeah.
I know you've already checked them out. I know we've already peaked the prices. I would not pull the trigger on a lot of these yet. I think there's only been probably 1 or 2 tournaments that has actually released these cards.
Yeah, so that's a great point. You know, like Lord Knight Event Pack 1 first came out, how expensive it was back then compared to now.
Oh, yeah.
Something dollars or whatever, at least last I looked. So,
or Jessmons.
Yeah, Jessmons went down a lot too. So, just like with anything that gets released, right? There's always going to be that pre-hype of wanting to get it as soon as possible because they're legal cards. You know, like I want to get those lowies real bad.
Right. I think another thing worth noting here too is that from what I've seen, the Event Pack 3 cards are not blindly packaged like all the other event cards were. These come in a clear envelope or a clear sleeve, just like a lot of the other promo cards, but they come with like a little white piece of paper in front, but you can easily just slide the card down behind the white piece of paper and see what the card is. So no more of these blind bag, silver sleeved event pack, which sucks for me because I collect all those sealed. But that's fine. It's fine. But it's going to definitely change the way that those cards are sold. There's not going to be any more sealed packs sold.
Yeah, which, I mean, it's going to make the price a reasonable value if you want those, or you're just going to open it and sell what the card is anyways. So, I mean, it's crazy just looking on TCG players, seeing some of them go for $75 on there. Like, don't pay that. It's going to go down. You know?
Yeah, they're going to be releasing event pack 3 cards for the next year.
Yeah. So we'll have a chance to get those. There'll be a lot more tournaments played. They're ramping up the amount of events going on. We're going to get those for a better price.
Yeah, 100%. Well, I think that kind of rounds it out. I mean, I think we got a lot of meat in this episode. Let's just finish it up. What are you, other than flying home and getting your life back together from being gone for 3 weeks, what do you got? What are you going to work on Digimon wise when you get home? What's your priority numero uno?
So that's a great question. So I got to come back to the shop. I got to hang out with everybody. I got to play something. I think it's time I finally try one of the antibody decks. I mean, I've been playing Grandis. I've been messing with the War Grey X and stuff like that, but I think it's time I bring some serious heat. So I don't quite have it nailed down yet. I still have to work on all those other decks that I was talking about in the previous episode. Since, of course, I'm not home with my any of my cards near me or anything. So I got to build the ones that we were talking about too. What about you? What do you got going on?
Ooh, honestly, I'm leaving. As you're coming back, I'm flying out. I'm going to Vegas this weekend. My biggest goal. What's up?
Bring your webcam.
Yeah, I don't know if the wife would like that on the old anniversary trip, but we are renting a car and we land on the 30th.
Okay.
So I am going to try and sneak away to a couple Walmarts and Targets to try and find some of those premium sets because they drop on Friday.
Yep.
So that is going to be my goal, is I want to try and find at least 2 or 3 of those because I need, my OCD amount of those. And I really want to build. I know I can't play it yet in tournaments, but I really, really want to make that change to my Machine Dramon deck. And I really want to build Jessmon.
Yeah.
So that's going to be my goal, is just to kind of let's get ready for BT10. I like the decks I have now, but it's like I potentially have brand new starter decks that I've been waiting for in 2 days. And so I am stoked about that. So that's kind of like, that's where my head's at. I will find those if they exist in Las Vegas. But aside from that, guys, I think that Jeff and I probably need to finish this up because I have a lot of editing to do and I have a lot of fun stuff coming to the channel within the next week. We still have another deck profile launching. We have Red Death X. So look forward to that one. That is a fun one from our boy Jeff over here. And yeah, like, comment, subscribe. Any last words, Jeff?
Nothing from me.
All right. Well, have a good night, guys. Good day, good afternoon, whatever. We'll see you next time.